And we are back. I've actually taken quite a long break from recording. I think it's been over 3 weeks since I've last recorded. But because I had such a huge backlog of uploads, I've been able to maintain steady uploading schedule while taking it easy with the real life. Unfortunately, that means that I'm not actually sure what I was meant to do next. I'm somewhere in a dungeon. I think it hasn't been too long since the Swamp Dragon fight. I seem to be low on some buffs at least. Was this the troll dungeon? It might have been. Well, there's money here, which is always welcome. Don't really see anything else to loot here. So I'm guessing we just defeated whatever encounter was in that dead end. And guess we could cast a light spell to actually see a bit further. This direction seems to be a place where we haven't been before. And there are indeed trolls here. And we'll fight them in that straight corridor. And none of them seem to be carrying any obvious items. So this should be a easy fight. Of course, my weapon power-ups have pretty much worn off. Okay, that's odd. The enemy movement seems to be faster now than it previously was. Wonder if it's because I remembered to increase the DOSBox cycles this time. That might have been it. And was there something that was meant to cast with the priests here? That limiting the number of enemies that can exist in a melee situation at any given time. They all regenerate, so it doesn't really benefit me to cast wounding and poisoning here because they take back hit points faster than they can deal damage over time. Because the regeneration is 1 to 8 points of healing per round. I'm not sure if it's random d8 or if it's just a fixed number between 1 and 8, depending on how powerful the regeneration stat is. Might as well try some spell because it'll increase the casting skill, if nothing else. Okay, it does look like my prayer luck is getting higher because the mass wounds did go out successfully. Let's hit the unconscious trolls because otherwise they'll just get back up later because of the regeneration. That's one of the lessons that we have definitely learned when fighting against the trolls. I've yet to come up with a replacement for the Demise Ascension series. It's looking pretty bad, recovering from the error that I've been plagued with. And I have some game candidates in mind, but I haven't really been able to decide. Because playing a game is different to playing a game on camera. And even this Nahlakh is pretty much stretching it, because a lot of this is this turn-based combat that can get kind of tedious over time. Even though characters do learn skills and you get new gear and the enemies become ridiculously powerful later on in the game. And I do feel a bit vitalized by coming back after 3 weeks of, well, vacation time. But for the viewers who have been watching the series, you really haven't seen the break, so you just continue watching. that's another pole arm. And I'm guessing that this is a shield. So do I have good shields on everyone? The melee. I do seem to have. I'm guessing it will be given to my priest. Indeed. So now I can. When I could drop the small shield, which is probably a good idea because I don't think it's going to be worth hanging on to. And did all of my front row guys have a pole arm? It does seem to be the case. Or do you not have? Oh, you have the halberd. So everyone in the front row has a pole arm in their inventory as well. So I don't really need to pick that one up as either. So I guess we did stay as much looting as we were going to do. And the day has changed and I've consumed my 8 pieces of food. But do I remember the words for the create food spell? Luckily I do still have my hint book open on my laptop. So using it as a cheat sheet is definitely doable. Of course, I first need to find the proper page where the spells are listed. And it's that spell, okay. We got 7 food because someone's inventory was full. And now we have a surplus of 6 food. So let's drop some. That should be enough, and your inventory was full. Can you equip the arrows? Yes, you can. Guess that'll have to do. And let's recast the buffs. And what about weapon enchants? The first 2 guys need them. Okay, so we should now be able to handle the next combat. And surprise, surprise, it's trolls again. The good thing about the black trolls is that they tend to carry above average random loot. Which is why we've been able to find some of the items that we've been looting as well. Let's try to aim for neck with you. It's a bit unfortunate that the greatsword is so inaccurate that landing hits on those harder to hit body parts is a bit counterproductive because I'll be missing instead of enjoying the higher damage multiplier, but that's just life. Okay, looks like this time around the mass wound is not going to work. So I guess we're back to trying to cast spells, such as the fireball. Now, can I get more than 4 targets? It does not look like it's going to happen. So let's blast you forward. Well, you will keep hitting the ones that are right next to you. And we have a runner. Damn, they can actually swim through that water there. I thought it would block their way, so maybe we're going to witness a troll actually fleeing from combat and giving us less loot, which is unfortunate. Damn, he got away. I had hoped that I'd be able to blast him some more with my guys, but doesn't look like that's the case. It's silly that the round they get up from unconsciousness, they still retain enough movement points to flee at their full speed. So it's a really shitty situation for me, because they're already near the edge of the map, so if they happen to regenerate well, they get to flee, and I can't really do anything about it. Well, I could place a stone there. That might do something, but there's equally high chance that the AI pathing decides to go around it. Because there's a degree of randomness involved in it when it faces an obstacle, I think. don't they just keep playing? That looks like a good find. Interestingly enough, the trolls, even though they carry weapons, they don't seem to be equipping them. A potion of haste might be good. I don't think I want to have it fill my inventory because I'm still able to cast it so easily.